morning, folks. Back here on the Bossman show is Coach Jeff Traylor, UTSA Roadrunners 11-0 the year. Big win Saturday against UAB down the road from us here in Atlanta. Coach Traylor, good to talk to you again. How's life for you guys in San Antonio, brother?
We're good. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir, Coach. First of all, congrats on your extension, man. Congrats on that. 10 years at UTSA. Tell me about how it made you and your family feel and your kids feel who play for you, man.
Well, that's why we did it. We've been working on it since this summer, but there's tons of job speculation going around, and I didn't want my kids to have to answer that every day in the media. Didn't really want me to sign that thing that early. What's best for our kids, and glad we did it. And the reaction from our team made it even more special to me.
No doubt, man, because you're building something special. We talked about this in August. UTSA is a very special place. The program is so young. Set some records there if you come to UTSA, and the facilities are getting better now. Talk about the administration giving you more money for your pool, for your assistants, be able to hire more staff members, and improve the facilities for your young men, because that's very important for you guys and getting guys to come there and play for you, be part of something special in San Antonio.
Right. Well, we've already built a new $41 million facility, which puts us on par with anybody in the country. We play in the Alamo Dome, so it's an unbelievable place. We have the 7th largest city in the country, which is a really cool spot to come in San Antonio. But yes, like you mentioned, they increased my coach's pool almost to $1 million. We added 4 staff members. We added 2 more to our strength staff. We also added a lot of money into investing into our kids' nutrition so they could eat better, and really a tremendous commitment. Going to the AAC, that was big for us. We loved Conference USA. We had a great time there, but with the way of college football right now, when Texas and OU made their move, it made everything start shaking, and we got to benefit from that as well.
Most definitely, man. Like I said, San Antonio was a great, great city. Great people. Let me ask you this, Coach Traylor, the buzz in the city. How has that been on this run you're on? Because I feel it's so special what you're doing. And I feel like Saturday showed once again that God's with you guys, man. God has you. You got some playmakers on the field, but hey, this team is blessed and they're going to do something special.
There's no doubt. I mean, the city is, from the mayor to the city manager, I mean, you name it. We've had the most unbelievable support. Our president, our board of regents, our AD, TxDOT. I mean, there's signs all over town. We got banks that are all blue and orange. Downtown's all blue and orange. And we work very hard. Our hashtag 210, trying to lift up this culture. We want to make sure our helmet Saturday, we put the 210 on the side of it. We want to make sure the city knows we want to be their football team. Our fan base, Southern Miss and UAB both have played Alabama and Georgia. And our fan base is just as loud or louder than in both those venues. And it's hard. We create penalties every week. It's just, our fan base is fantastic.
Most definitely. And that dome was rocking. Tell me about that, Coach. Back and forth. Big plays by UAB. Big plays by you all. But the fans were so raucous, man. All the fanatics you guys have, man, super fans. It was amazing watching it on TV, man, just how the energy of that building. Tell me about it when you're on the field playing the Alamo Dome. I've been there for a Spurs game when the Spurs play there, but I ain't been there for a UTSA game. How is it in that building, man?
We got to get you down here to watch us play, man. Yeah, it's deafening for no better term. I mean, you can't even hear your own self think, and it's hard to communicate and hard to get plays called. And it's just, they're awesome. Our band's fantastic. Our student section's fantastic. But the city of San Antonio is showing up now. So we talk about our triangle of toughness. We've got our own triangle inside the Alamo Dome with our SOSA, our band, our student section in the city of San Antonio.
Most definitely. And actually, you kind of mentioned it too. I was going to ask you about it, but you kind of mentioned it. Having a 210 on the helmets, man, was so cool to see that, man, with the Roadrunner logo and the 210. You really are their team. And I feel like this is good for you all. You winning the Conference USA Western title. This is big for San Antonio. So you can put out in your facility and show the people that, hey, this 2021 UTSA Roadrunners team was something special. Tell me about that as well, man. Putting that in your facility for your guys to be able to look at that forever. Know that, hey, I was part of that, something special. We won a Conference USA West title there.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, we talk about it all the time. We've only been playing football for 11 seasons. So, You can go to Alabama or Georgia or Texas. They've been playing football for over 100-something years. It's hard to break a record there. You can come here, break a record every week. So we're very proud of that. Some group was going to be the first group to do it, and now some other group is going to be the first group to win the whole conference title. We've got North Texas this week. That's what's most important right now to us. People keep talking about how they can ruin our season. We can ruin their season too. If they win, they're in a bowl game. Well, if they don't, they're not in a bowl game. So we've got a lot to play for as well, and we've got to be careful that we don't overlook this team, or it'll be very disappointing to not finish the right way.
No doubt, Coach. Tell me about Frank Harris, man. Coach, you down, got to have a drive, no timeouts, 1 minute drill. His composure, and even on the last play of the game, that fumble snap, composure, tip pass in Oscar's hands. Let's talk about that senior leadership from Frank, man, how he's getting the job done for you and how he kept you in the game and matched big play for big play. Because UAB was coming with y'all with a lot of different big plays, but he had it ready to go for you guys as well. Tell me about Frank, man, what he meant for you on Saturday and all year long, man.
Yeah, he's just calm, cool, and collected kid. And, he had a great throw down the middle to Oscar, ran into a cover 2 beater, and that was big. And he got the ball to JT on the sideline. He got out of bounds. That was big. Hit another big ball down the field to JT again, and then he scrambled down to the 1 yard line. Had the composure. We got a sprint out. He missed it, threw a little bit low and away, but it was a smart throw in that situation. And then we had a little F pop down there. We faked the run, and Oscar was wide open, but the snap was so bad. And Sincere had the presence to not kick the dang thing. He almost kicked it. He raised his leg up. Frank picked it up. We bounced it off of a linebacker, the goalpost, maybe the baritone, the trombone, and went right back into Oscar's hands just the way we drew it up.
Yes, indeed. Hey, it was amazing. That's why I kept saying to myself Saturday, I said, like, this team is destined to do something great. Because everything could have went wrong, but it's what through the grace of God is sheer just talent and being prepared the right way. Hey, it worked out for you guys, Coach, and I love it. And like you said, Frank been so composed and calm. He's been a senior. And so I feel like he wants to do something great for you all. And getting the team ready for this week, big game. You can't overlook these guys, like you said, Coach, because they want to ruin you. You can ruin them the same way. And knowing that you all have one more big game out in North Texas. This is the biggest game of the year, but you got one more game in that Alamo Dome for those guys, man, because the city going to come out for you guys. And hopefully, Coach, the boosters make sure them kids get in for free, man. Fill that whole dome, man, hopefully for you.
Yeah, April and Sarah and so many of our boosters have already stepped up. The kids get in free normally because it's part of their fees. And it being a Conference USA championship game, that's not the way the rules are written. So our boosters have just been going crazy, making sure this gets taken care of. So I bet every student at UTSA that wants to get to go to that game gets to go to that game. You
got that right. And, Coach, all three phases worked for you, too, as well. Talk about your punter and your kicker. Because, that big kick he made, made a big difference right there. Tell me about that special teams phase for your team, man. How guys have been the key for you all year long. That third phase, people kind of overlook sometimes, but it's been very key for you guys this year.
It's a great point. That's why we call it the triangle, right? So Lucas Dean started the game off with the longest punt in the history of our school, once again, breaking another school record, 75 yards. And then Duplessis kicked one from 51 and then one from 49. Another great play by Frank, like 3rd and 16, gets the check down to Sincere. Sincere breaks the tackle, gets it to a manageable field goal situation, and then Hunter smokes it. So those are big points for us. We obviously won the game by 3 points.
Most definitely. Also, defensive. Talking about Rashad Wisdom and Clarence Hicks. Young man won an award this week. CSUA player of the week defensively. Mr. Hicks did. Talk about those guys on the back end and him being on the linebacker position, causing trouble for guys in the backfield who play against you all.
Clarence is one of the most improved players I've ever coached. Believe it or not, last year he led the country in missed sacks. And this year, I don't know that he's missed a sack. He is just money on the quarterback right now. He works his tail off. Rashad's one of our leaders as well. Both those guys are single-digit guys, which means they got voted into those single digits by their teammates. And Rashad has just been steady back there. He's a Converse Judson kid. He's a city kid. So it means a lot for him to stay home for his city and to win the first Western Conference championship ever.
And, Coach, your seniors and super seniors you have, talk about senior day for those guys on Saturday, especially what's for them, what they meant to your program. Just give them guys that love and that recognition on Saturday out there, man.
Well, that was special. Those 12 super seniors that believed in me since day one. We were picked last in the conference in preseason. We had nobody on the team when I got the job. And those guys found a way to win 7 games for me. We got beat versus a very good Louisiana Lafayette team in our bowl. But then all of our kids returned. We had 21 starters out, 22 back, 12 super seniors returning. And we talked about as the expectations rose in our program, we want the culture to match that. And those super seniors have done a great job with our culture. And I couldn't be more proud of how they represented the 210 Triangular Toughness culture.
Coach, that's one for you is this, man. What are you seeing from those guys on film from North Texas? You know, you got to go on the road to those guys. What do they pose against you guys on Saturday? You have to make sure you keys to the game for your guys as you go up there and didn't play those guys on their senior day now.
Well, I always tell my guys the truth, right? I mean, they've lost to really good football teams. There's a lot of people that would lose to SMU, Liberty, Missouri. They've lost to UAB. Those are really good football teams. They're not just losing to bad teams. They've also, how many teams will start out, 1-5 or 1-6, I'm sorry. And now they've won 4 games in a row, gone on the road and won 3 of those 4. I think they're the second or third leading rushing team in the country. They average about 240 yards a game on the ground. So you and I both know that's how you win championships. When you can run the football and you can defend the run, you got a chance to have a really good football team. Coach Traylor's done a good job of keeping his guys going and rallying them up right now.
No doubt. Well, Coach Traylor, thank you for your time today. Hey, be safe and be blessed. Hope you all win on Saturday and then win in the championship game. And I hope to see you in a nice bowl game, hopefully in Atlanta at the Peach Bowl. Hopefully you'll come here, man. And I hope to see you in person, man. Okay, Coach?
That'd be awesome. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless and birds up.